Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I want to talk to you about reacting and not reacting and how that is related to manifesting like throughout your day and how you can actually use this, how you can actually not react and how you can react to things, how that works in your 3D world and how you can start manifesting and changing your world, manipulating your world to the world that you want to be living in by doing this, by applying this. So I'm going to go through both categories here of reactionary thought and non-reactionary thought and how that manifests things into your 3D world. All right, so your world the 3D world that you're living in is all directed and produced by the subconscious mind, which is God, okay? God is producing and directing your world, your 3D world experience while you're shifting to different parallel realities based on who you are, okay? So free will, you do not have free will in your 3D world in the regard that when you impress the subconscious mind, you actually go into the center of the one being that actually created this, which was you, but it's God. You go back into that, then you are impressing this version of yourself into the subconscious mind, which is God, and then you transfer to this parallel reality where everything's written and produced a certain way based on who you are when you go to sleep, when you impress the subconscious mind, when you become unconscious and you drift into the unconsciousness, which is the subconscious. That's when everything is written and produced and you transfer to the corresponding world based on your present being. So that's what's directing and producing the world that you're actually living in. But you do have free will in your 3D world to react or not react to your present experience. So whatever you're impressing into the subconscious mind is creating the world you're living in, but you can actually manipulate things by impressing yourself with a new version of yourself by not reacting to certain things or reacting to certain things. And then what that's doing is it's accumulating new feeling states within you as you're traveling through this reality that you're in right now. And then when you start changing these things throughout your day, you start manipulating, I'm not reacting to this anymore. I'm going to start reacting to good things. I'm being a creator. I'm not being a consumer. I'm not flipping through TikTok. I'm not wasting my time. You're developing yourself to a new version of yourself throughout the day, your new being. And then you travel into the subconscious mind. You go to sleep that night, and then you impress the subconscious mind with an entirely new person now of these other things that aren't happening. So then you instantly, when you wake up, you shift into a different parallel reality where you're no longer creating the things that you didn't react to anymore. So you can actually start doing this through the day and actually changing your personality, your concept of yourself throughout the day of what you're reacting to and what you're not reacting to. And that will shift the universe, the parallel universes and realities. You'll start shifting to different realities based on this. So, but that's the only free will that you have in the 3D world is your ability to react or not react to the experiences and the people that you're going to meet and the things that you're going to see. All of that is all written and produced already. That's the world that you're living in now. So you can't change that objectively. Like you can't change it objectively. It has to be changed subjectively, which is changing your being. So the only way you can actually change things in your 3D world, like immediately, are by the things that you actually react to or not react to, which is actually building increments of new versions of yourself presently while you're in this world. And then when you take all those impressions throughout the day of reacting and not reacting, this is creating a new version of yourself that you're going to ultimately take into your subconscious level and then transfer yourself to a different corresponding parallel world where that actually will be created or it'll change. Like the things that you reacted to or the things that you didn't react to is going to shift. You're going to shift now to a world, say, for example, that you had something negative that happened to you, something really bad that happens to you throughout the day, and you're completely attached to this thing, and you're having all these negative thoughts about it instead of turning that around and creating something positive and knowing that that's going to work itself out. You're transferring to a world where more of that's going to happen. When you're reacting negatively to things that are in your world, you're creating more of that. You're going to be transferred to another world where the subconscious mind thinks that you like that, because that's where your energy is. Your energy is in these negative things now, and you're attached to those negative things. So you're going to transfer to a world where your present being, that personality, is going to be taken and be recreating more of that. So if you have something bad that happens to you and you react to it, you're going to be shifted to a world where more of that same thing is going to be happening. But inversely, you can do this by reacting to positive things, or by negative things acting positively, and then shifting your consciousness to something positive, like turning that negative thing into a positive thing. But like, okay, this negative thing happened, but I'm going to use that as fuel to recreate this other business, or I'm going to take my business this other way now, and I'm going to create this. I'm going to be an intentional creator now, and I'm going to take that energy and I'm going to use it for this. I'm going to build this, or I'm going to do this. And that's when you're impressing yourself with a new version of yourself, and you're taking and then you impress that into the subconscious mind, and then you'll transfer to that world where you have multiple businesses, and now you're a multi-millionaire now, where you're transferring. You can transfer these different realities this way, and the free will that you have during the day is based on this only. So essentially, your only free will that you have in your 3D, in your current reality that you're in right now while you're watching this video, is your ability to react or not react to things. That's the only free will you have right now, because everything is already written and produced. Like everything you're going to see, all the people that you're going to meet, everything that you're going to experience is already written and produced by what you fell asleep with last night. What you impressed the subconscious mind with already has already written and produced everything you're experiencing. But you can change that for tomorrow. You can change that for your future by changing your reactions now. Like if something negative comes into your life, or like a video pops up that's completely negative about the news, that some news article that is negative, completely negative, and it does not contribute to your success whatsoever, and there's nothing that you can affect in a positive way with that, and you react to that and you focus your attention on that, that creates a new being. Because you're reacting to that. You're creating a new version of yourself while you're doing this, and then that's going to be rewritten and produced tomorrow. So you're going to have 10 of those same things come back to you tomorrow, and then are you going to react to that then? But if you're living in a life now where you're not happy and things aren't going the way that you want them to go, you have written and produced it that way by what you've fallen asleep with, but you have the privilege of changing that by being conscious of what you're reacting to now. So if something comes into your life, if anything ever comes into your life that's negative, something that you do not like, you do not attach your attention to that, because you're recreating that into your world for tomorrow. The subconscious mind is going to write and produce that for your world in the future. So think about this, because you are intentionally creating new feeling states and your new personality with everything that you're reacting to throughout the day. So everything you're doing, whether you're a lazy person or a disciplined person, whether you're a consumer or whether you're a creator, you have to be consciously aware of these things, because you're creating more of that to come into your life. If you're a consumer, and if you're just flipping through TikTok and you're not doing productive things, and this is the type of personality that you have, and you're just watching all of this entertainment instead of being an intentional creator, you're transferring into a world where you're going to have more things that are going to pop up in front of you that are going to try to get your attention as a consumer. As a consumer, you're going to have, if you consume yourself in one thing today, tomorrow it's going to be 10 more things that are going to try to get your attention for your consumption. So you're consuming. So you've created this personality where you're now consuming this, and this, and this, and you're no longer an intentional creator. Now your mind has been taken over by something else, and it's going to be harder to change that now. But if you change yourself and create this version where throughout the day, now you're reacting to things that you're an intentional creator. Now you're actually creating a business. You're doing these things. You're disciplined. You're taking control of your life, and you're not just consuming mindless things. You're now taking control of your life, and you're being an intentional creator. You do that one time today. You do that one time where you create one thing today, like one video. You're creating one thing today. Tomorrow there's going to be 10 more open doors for you to create 10 more things. And then if you react positively to those things, then you take advantage of those 10 things, then 100 things the following day, then 1,000 things the next day. And you can use this by making money, by making lots of money in your life. If you're being a creator and you find a way to make $10 today, and you take advantage of that, and now you're creating, and you're like, okay, so I know I'm going to react positively to this, and I'm going to use this for tomorrow. So you've impressed yourself with a new version, and then you impress it in the subconscious mind, and then the subconscious mind writes and produces a new world for you, and you transfer to that corresponding world, and then The next day you have 100 of them. Then it's $100 you can make. Then you do it again, and then $1,000, then $10,000, and then $100,000. Then you're creating. Then you're this new version of yourself. Now you're just a constant creator, and now anything that comes into your life that is just for consuming purposes only, and now you're just brushing. You're like, I'm not looking. Now you have created a world where you're not going to have these consuming things in your life that are going to pop up in front of you all the time. So you've transferred to a world where these negative things start happening to you, and then you have all these positive things start happening because you've rearranged the structure of your personality. And now you're transferred into a world where you're not going to have these things thrown at you all the time. The negative things are going to avoid you somehow. You're going to steer, like there's going to be certain things that happen during your day where you're just going to maneuver out of these certain scenarios where these things are never going to happen to you. They can't happen to you anymore because you're no longer reacting or giving your energy to them. So essentially, this is how you create your 3D world during the day. And the only free will that you have is what you're reacting to and what you're not reacting to. So if something negative happens, you don't react to it. Maybe you just use that as fuel to deflect that fuel, to be a creator over here, to turn that into a positive and not be consuming and not focus on negative things that have no value whatsoever towards your success. Use everything. And if you start programming yourself this way to start using everything, whether it's negative or positive, and you're using all these things as fuel or for your success, and using these things to excel yourself and to grow your personality, to create a new version of yourself that's going to propel you to whatever end that you would like to create, whether that's a lot of money or living comfortable, being in a good relationship, having the physique that you want. You want to take yourself to that level and start creating and start reacting to things that are leading you to that end. Because, like, say if you wanted to create a new body, a new physique, you're trying to be healthier, take one step today towards that. And react to something that is going to help you get to that end. And then tomorrow, your new world, the new world that you have impressed into the subconscious mind, now you've shifted to that parallel reality where you're going to have 10 more things, 100 more things that are leading you to that end, to that new physique. And a lot of this can be easy, but you have to take these steps, in your 3D world where you only have this free will to react and not react. What are you reacting to? And that's the world that you're going to be ultimately going to be living in tomorrow. So think about that in everything that you react to, during the day right now, whatever's coming into your life. Do you want more of this? You got to say, do I want more of this in my life? And if you do, then react positively to that and take advantage of that. I want more of this in my life. And if something negative comes into your life and you say, well, I don't want more of this in my life, so then you don't react to that. You don't give that your attention unless you're going to use that for fuel over here and use that as a positive thing, because then you're creating more of that. So think about that in everything that happens to you throughout your day. That is your only free will that you have, because you cannot change your experiences or the people that you're going to meet or the things that you're going to see besides that reaction, whether it's reacting or non-reacting. So think about that all day long when you're going through different scenarios and different trials and tribulations in your life. Ask yourself, do I want more of this? So this is the only thing that you can actually change, that you actually have free will over during your day. So remember that this is the only thing that you can change, whether you're reacting or not reacting to things throughout your day. And I will cover this more in detail about like affirmations and what you can do throughout the day as well, because your reactions are a lot to do with your choices as well that you make throughout your day. Your choices impress into a new version of yourself as well. So doing affirmations and scripting throughout the day is very good in changing your personality and developing this new person before you go into your subconscious level at night and then impress that new version of yourself into the subconscious. This is actually why I have decided to react positively to creating daytime affirmations where you can actually use them throughout the day. Listen to them in the background, whether you're at work or whatever you're doing throughout the day. You can be listening to these affirmations throughout the day, and then you can react positively and use them, because these will assist you in changing your concept of self throughout the day, and then impressing that in the subconscious mind, and then shifting your parallel realities into the world that you want to be living in. All right, guys, I love you guys very much. And don't forget to give me one thing you guys are grateful for. And any questions that you have or anything, topics you want me to cover, leave those in the comment box below. And because I read every single comment, I read every single question. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.